Hey everyone, this is Sky here to speak a little bit about this stunning Christmas eclipse we will be having. Depending on your time zone, it will be happening on either December 25th or December 26th, and we are ready to see some super huge changes coming in. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you're excited to delve into some of the energetic shifts that are on the outset of this transit. As you guys know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I usually make it a point to speak about the eclipses. They tend to be some of my more popular videos, so whenever an eclipse comes, I'm here to talk about it. And I really enjoy speaking about eclipses because to me, they represent like catalyst energy. They represent not just a transition, not just a transformation, but the spark that creates these concepts. So on my channel, I'm talking a lot about transitions, about transformations, about the grander scale of the shifts we experience in life. And these eclipse points, in my experience and in my practice, seem to really be a sort of waving point or an introduction point to where these grander cycles start, and sort of a sign or a symbol of how you're moving into your life. So the first thing that I want to say, as you're moving into this time, this is a very symbolic time for you. There will be many signs around you. This is a majorly Saturnian Capricorn infused transit. We've got an absolutely gigantic Capricorn stellium that is surrounding this Capricorn eclipse, with obviously the sun and moon conjunct in Capricorn. And I do feel intuitively that there is quite an esoteric occult symbolism around us and in our lives as we move into this eclipse. And I feel that there is an opportunity to see symbolism or sense symbolism in a new way. I'm getting a lot of intuitive insights with this transit that are just kind of coming up and coming through. And as I look at the chart, which I will introduce more of those complexities momentarily, but just intuitively, I feel that it's so symbolic right now. You can really look around and see a lot of synchronicity or a lot of manifestation of what your momentum has indicated. So this is a time where momentum is really clear, and where the choices that we have made or the paths that we have committed to show themselves really clearly and show themselves honestly. There's a truth and there's an honesty about the experiences in our lives right now that is different than what we've been experiencing for a while. We also just had Neptune go direct in late November, so that also started to clear up the mirror. It started to kind of wipe the fog or the mist away from our expression or our vision of ourselves or others. And then this is kind of coming in to really complete that and to really make our lives a little bit more clear and a bit less hazy. The first thing also that I'm really feeling coming up about this eclipse is that it's a new kind of eclipse. Okay, so this eclipse, unlike the past 4 or 5 big solar eclipses we've had, it's really starting anew. And what do I mean by that? So the previous eclipses that we had, the Saturnine solar eclipse last summer, the blood super eclipse of the beginning of 2019, the super blue blood moon of 2018, all of these were very connected with each other and pushing through the same energy line. So having catalyst points or having expressions connected with one another. This eclipse to me does not feel connected to the past eclipses. This eclipse feels completely new, and it feels like it is really setting the energy of Jupiter in Capricorn, really setting the Capricorn paradigm that we are coming into. So moving up to this eclipse before December 25th, 26th, 27th time, this is sort of the last little hanging on energy of Jupiter and Sagittarius, of the more fire, air energy of, desire, what we want to see for our lives, the inner spark, the inner creative process. Those things will now become really solidified and set into place starting at this eclipse. This eclipse beckons the beginning of that energetic process. So this whole experience can be really, really wonderful for some people to go through, and very uncomfortable for others. It depends on your personality makeup. So people who kind of struggle to hang on to the past, or who are really connected to seeing the past momentum and using that as a tool moving forward, these people can actually have a tougher time right now, because there is or there are rewards for that mentality and for that ability, because again, this is a Capricorn Saturnian paradigm. But at the same time, there's not really a manual or a guidebook for how to work with this energy at the interim or at the beginning of it. So we've just shifted into this, more dense, more material, more Saturnian paradigm, and we have to get our sea legs within that. So people who are adaptable, people who are enjoying new adventures, enjoying taking a bit of a chance, can actually do really good here. It's kind of mind-boggling, but it's like taking a chance with routine, taking a chance with creating templates within your life, taking a chance with committing to a healthy rhythm of some kind. And I'm getting chills as I'm speaking about that, because that's really what this new paradigm comes down to. It's about accepting that there isn't necessarily a manual, there isn't necessarily a rigid set rule book in how you succeed or thrive during this time, but the impetus and the ability to move into it with a sort of adaptive force and adaptive capability, knowing that you have to be responsible with that, and knowing that you have to give attention to your body and to your health is the way to thrive during this time. Again, too much on either side of it. So having to be completely connected to the way you've done things before, having to live every single day as you've lived them before, or having to force some kind of new escapist fantasy, having to force some kind of new thing. Okay, so there's, again, it's a consolidation of these ideas, and that is a lot of what this paradigm hinges on, is the theme and concept of consolidation. So what I'm now feeling for this eclipse into the next intuitive message is that it begins this consolidation energy. It begins our process of merging certain aspects of our life together. So the creative project we've wanted to do now merges with our sense of health, or with our sense of, recovery. So now through a creative project, we set a routine for our bodies so that our health can improve. Another example, we're excited to get a promotion in a career. We're excited to move up and, make even more than a living wage now, perhaps. Perhaps we're really ready to move into having abundant finances. No longer will that be successful just through striving for that, but through perhaps learning from a relationship, or learning from a significant other, their vicariously feeling their experiences towards money and career, and growing the relationship through that naturally creates the stepping stones to heal this career, or to move further up, or to come into a stronger sense of abundance. Things, basically, the moral of that story, things are not individually accomplished with this paradigm energy. Everything is consolidated and pulled together and empowered with a sense of vicarious, uplifting, upward mobility. Because that's what Capricorn energy is all about. It's about upward mobility. It's about ascending. It's about the reputation. It's the tallest, most towering energy. It's the 10th house. So what that also can bring up is issues of codependence, and issues and themes of interdependence, being completely merged with other people, because it follows that sort of consolidation tendency that is very stark and available right now. So what does that mean? Is it now the case that codependence is supported? Is it now the case that, a nice, like, narcissistic empath relationship is supported? More likely, they are easier to come about at this time, but most likely they are already here, if they are going to be. So this time becomes about seeing relationships for what they are, and becomes about a consolidation of your own inner knowing. So being in a toxic relationship with a family member still, or being caught in a relationship that is ugly, very, very ugly, but for such a short amount of time, so things come back to normal. There's a consolidation again of putting all the pieces together. It is really like the assembly of a puzzle with this energy, where through having maybe both of those things, or through having a lot of small issues in a lot of sectors of the life, these small issues consolidate into one big issue, and no longer are they avoidable or forgettable. So we don't forgive and we don't forget easily with Capricorn energy, especially the forgetting part. Scorpio and Capricorn are both this way. A lot of people attribute that type of mindset to Scorpio energy, but Capricorn is also a grudge-oriented energy. So you do have to watch out for this is a big thing with this solar eclipse. It's really putting a moral type of compass and an integrity-based compass where we really can measure our own morality, our own integrity, gauged by maybe the people around us or the experiences we're dealing with. If there's some like family difficulty coming up, or if there's some kind of argumentative or combativeness within a household or something, for instance, which could be definitely coming in with this transitional time. It's not going to really be forgotten, or it's not going to really be come out of so easily. Things are really remembered at this time and will be for the next year or two. So you do have to be a bit cautious with losing control of your emotions, or losing control of your finances, or losing control of your image. All of these things, and this information is sensitive information, because these wavelengths, these thought forms, they can encourage an insecurity in other people. So now we can sort of become hyper aware of our image, or hyper, thoughtful, hyper assured of our relationships, all of these things. And it's like too much attention gets put on them, but there still has to be awareness. And I just want to sort of come in and say that control of all forms, control of the self especially, is emphasized. Okay, so any issues with control, lack of control, or need to control others, need to control things for the sake of control, need to be above other people, need to pull other people down, this type of thing is very obvious and very remembered right now. So that's an important thing to take into account, because through understanding that, there is a really great growth, okay? Because we are moving into a very earthy paradigm. So the biggest potential that is kicking off here to get into some positive messages is time for true growth. So again, if we've had ill health, if we've had a lack of relationships, maybe just feeling void of meaningful relationships, finally these things can start to grow once more. Finally, these things can start to heal and start to gain strength again. So things, vitamins, things that support the body, things that support growth within the body, all of these things are important, because there's now the system that supports growth. We're actually in a pruning energy for the last few years. So it was about letting go, it was about detoxing, it was about sort of laughing away pain, laughing away tears, all of this type of thing. And now, especially by the time we get to around March of 2020, there's still a little bit of time left for that. We need to be prepared to have really let go and purged everything that's, really problematic, so that now new things can grow. One way or another, this particular eclipse happening on the 25th or 26th of December, depending on your time zone, it marks the new wave. It marks the new it's like the new form of how you're operating over the next few years. Very symbolic. You'll see like signs around you of where to go. If you're struggling with indecision, as I've seen this quite prominently lately, really indecisive, because there might be a lot of different roads that seem really structured or seem really possible. It's just really key to remember, again, remembering how things have been in the past if you've been down these paths before, while at the same time understanding that you're not committed to fulfilling that same momentum either. So just the understanding, just the realization of something that you were unable to do before, or something you were unable to move through before. You might be able to move through it now, but it's still important to know that this was difficult before, or vice versa. Maybe something was really easy before, and now it's not really being as easy as it used to be. So maybe there's a change in direction coming for some, but for others of us, especially for those of us who have really been, working hard spiritually, really overcoming, really healing, it's just sort of a concrete. It's like a concreting energy of pushing things together, solidifying where we're going, stabilizing the current path that we're on, guarantees. There's a guaranteeing energy about this eclipse. So it's like guaranteeing good health for hard work, guaranteeing high wages for commitment, guaranteeing relationship advancement for self-knowledge. Okay, there's a guarantee with this energy, and that's something really beautiful about this paradigm, and this solar eclipse will be beginning to mark that in a solid and tangible way. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button below and turn the bell button on to get notifications. I am getting so close to reaching some great subscription goals, so please hit that subscribe button. And also, I am right smack dab in the middle of a 2020 year ahead series, so every single zodiac sign has a 2020 year ahead video. I'll link that playlist below. They're not quite done yet, depending on when you're watching this video, but they are soon completing themselves. So go through and check out your sun, moon, rising sign, or any compilation of energies that you have that is linked below. And if you can do one thing especially, hit that like button below. The like button is so helpful in getting these videos out there. So you see the thumbs up. Let's hit it. 1, 2, 3, go. Thumbs up. Thank you so much. And be sure to leave a comment below. Let me know how this energy is treating you. Let me know how you're doing. What's your sign? What's your sun, moon, rising? Comment below. I'm super interested to get feedback so that I can make these videos better for the future. Thank you guys so much for being here. All of the links are below in the description box if you're interested in private readings or any other services that I offer. So we'll be talking soon, everyone. Much love, good luck, and enjoy this change. Enjoy this sort of guarantee of the new horizon for your life, because there is something new but familiar here. Much love, everyone. Goodbye.